Hello students, a very good morning to you. Today we will start the revision of chapter 5, that is Principles of Inheritance and Variation. What do you mean by the name Principles of Inheritance and Variation? It means how the parental characters are transferred to their offsprings or to their next generation. That's why it is called as inheritance. And variation means, as we know that during reproduction, the variation occurs when the zygote is formed, as the zygote carries two different characters from two different parents, due to which when the both gametes combine with each other and characters also combine with each other, then there is copy of DNA occurs, due to which either due to the slow process or due to the fast process there are some variations occur, and that is called as variation. So in this chapter we will see that how different variant characters can be seen in the organisms. Clear? So first let's understand who was the scientist who gave the principle of inheritance. You know about Gregor Johann Mendel, who is known as father of genetics. Gregor Johann Mendel or Gregor John Mendel is known as father of genetics. Why he is known as father of genetics? As he was the first scientist who gave the idea about inheritance. He was the first scientist who gave the laws or theories about inheritance. Clear students? If the question asked why Gregor Johann Mendel is called as father of genetics, you can write as he was the first scientist to give the laws of inheritance. That's why he is called as father of genetics. Before this, let's know why a human child looks like human beings. Why a child of dog or a kid of puppy looks like a dog. So what are the characters or what are the principles behind it? It means they carry their genetic characters, means the parents' characters, due to which they look like or look alike their parents. So to understand this, Mendel did his experiment on pea plant. Mendel did his experiment on pea plant. Here another question comes, why Mendel chose pea plant? The biological name of pea is Pisum sativum. The biological name of pea is Pisum sativum. As I have told you here, why Mendel chose pea plant? As we know that always those organisms are chosen for any experiment who have less lifespan. It means who have less lifespan, it gives more variation, as well as we can see its many generations within a less time period. As we know, the pea plant has less lifespan, means up to 2 to 3 months. So in a year we can see many variations. That's the first reason due to which Mendel chose pea plant for his experiment. Here in your board exams, the first question will ask or will come, why Mendel chose pea plant for his experiment. The first point you can write here, as it has less lifespan. Lifespan means the time period from birth to death, natural death, so it has less lifespan. This is the reason why Mendel chose. Second reason is it has many variant characters. Many variant characters. Clear? Third reason is it bears bisexual flower. bisexual flower. Means male and female parts are present in single flower. Here it has many variant characters. Means as we are or as Mendel did his experiment to know variation and inheritance, so he want to see many characters, which characters are changing from generation to generation. That's why pea plant is the only plant which has many variant characters. Means like its seed shape, pod shape, seed color, pod color, flower color, flower position, stem height, etc., etc., etc. So that's the reason why Mendel chose pea plant. Another reason, pea plant can be found any part of the world. Pea plant can be found at any part of the world. Any part of the world. And fifth reason is its morphological characters can be easily identified. Clear? Its morphological characters can be easily identified. Okay, let's see. The question is why Mendel chose pea plant for his experiment. First point or first reason is pea has less lifespan, means less lifespan, more variation, and due to less lifespan we can cross or we can see many generations within a less time period. As less lifespan, so reproduction is occurs within a less lifespan. Next, it has many variant characters, means pea plant contains different characters which can be easily studied. Next, it bears bisexual flower. Bisexual flower means both male and female parts present in single flower, due to which self pollination occurs and seed formation occurs. So here no more labor to be done. Next, pea plant can be found at any part of the world. As we know that pea is a common vegetable or common crop, we can get it any part of the world. That's why this is also the reason that Mendel chose pea plant. Fifth point, its morphological characters can be easily identified. Means its variant characters are so distinctive that we can easily see what is the difference between their characters. Like I have told you, flower color, flower shape, etc., etc. So which characters are chosen by Mendel? Let's see. First, Mendel's experiment on pea plant was continued for 7 years with 7 pair of contrasting characters. 7 pair of contrasting characters. 7 years, 7 pair of contrasting characters. It means Mendel was continued his experiment up to 7 years with 7 pair of contrasting characters. What do you mean by contrasting character? Contrasting character means visible characters, or which can differentiate between two characters easily. That is called as contrasting character. So what are these characters? Like stem height, flower color, then flower position, then pod shape, pod color, seed shape and seed color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is first character, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. As I have told you, Mendel's experiment was continued for 7 years with 7 pair of contrasting characters. Contrasting means, let's think here that one is dominant and another is recessive. So for stem height, he is taken as tall and dwarf. For tall, he take capital letter, means capital T, whereas for dwarf, he choose small t. Here another question comes, that why Mendel choose the same letter? Why he did not take here small d or capital D? Why he choose tall for capital T and small t for dwarf? I want to tell you another thing, that Mendel was not a biologist. Mendel was a mathematician. That's why he always uses his mathematical applications or mathematical formula in his experiments. That's why for give easy algebraic expression on the phenotypic and genotypic ratios, Mendel take the same letter, means whether it is capital letter and small letter. So for tall, he choose capital T or he take capital T, and for dwarf he takes small t. Next, for flower color, means whether the flower color is axial or flower color is violet or white. So for flower color he choose violet and white. As I have told you, this side contains the dominant characters. Here are the dominant. We will understand about dominant recessive later. But still you need to understand dominant which is expressed and recessive which is not expressed in the first generation. So for violet he choose capital V, and for white he choose small v. Again, flower position, means whether the flower position is axial or terminal, means whether it is above on the axis or down in the axis. So he choose as axial and terminal. For axial, he take capital A, and for terminal, he take small a. I have told you that why he choose the same letters, due to some algebraic expressions which is used in his theory. We will understand this in later. Then pod shape, whether pod shape is inflated or constricted, means entire or curved. So it is said to be inflated or constricted. For inflated he choose capital I, and for constricted he choose small I. Next character, pod color. Here the pod color is dominant green. So green, pod color is green. And for green he choose capital G, and for yellow he choose small g. Again, seed shape, whether the seed is round or wrinkled. For round he choose capital R, and for wrinkled he choose small r. Clear? Next, seed color. Dominant is yellow. This is the difference. Here pod color dominant is green, but here seed color dominant is yellow, and recessive is green. So like, or with regarding to the dominant character, we are taking the capital letter. So here for yellow we will take capital Y, and here we will take small y. Means here small y represent green for seed color, but here green is represented by capital G for pod color. So these are the characters, contrasting characters, which is chosen by Mendel for doing his experiment. Means stem height, whether it is tall or dwarf, flower color, whether it is violet or white, flower position, whether it is axial or terminal, pod shape, whether it is inflated or constricted, pod color, whether it is green or yellow, seed shape, whether it is round or wrinkled, seed color, whether it is yellow or green. So students, pod means the entire P. This is the pod. This represents inflated, whereas this represents constricted. Round means entirely round, whether wrinkled means this is wrinkled. So this one is round and this one is wrinkled, whereas this is inflated and this is constricted. So these characters can be easily seen in P, due to which Mendel chose these 7 pair of contrasting characters and did his experiment. And the experiments, after the experiments, he named the theories as laws of inheritance or Mendel's laws of inheritance. You can see the theories after taking these characters was given by Mendel, and the theories are called as Mendel's laws of inheritance. Mendel's laws of inheritance or laws of inheritance. So after the experiment on pea plant, means different characters, Mendel at last gave three theories or three laws. And these laws are, first law is called first law of inheritance, first law of inheritance, or we can say law of dominance, law of dominance. Second law is called second law of inheritance or law of segregation. Then third law of inheritance or law of independent assortment. Independent assortment. So after the experiment on pea plant, Mendel gave these three theories which are known as Mendel's laws of inheritance or laws of inheritance, and these theories are law of dominance, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. His theories were given after monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Monohybrid cross means when single characters are crossed with each other, and dihybrid cross means when double characters are crossed with each other. So first two laws are given after monohybrid cross. We will understand in detail. And the third law is given after dihybrid cross. What do you mean by hybrid? Hybrid means when two different characters or two different species crossed with each other. But here the species is same, means P. So here two different characters are crossed with each other. That's why it is called as hybrid. Mono means single. When single character from both the parent crossed with each other is called as monohybrid cross. So in Mendel's monohybrid cross, Mendel chose single characters by taking one example, that plant height or stem height. So students, let's understand Mendel's monohybrid cross. For his monohybrid cross, Mendel chose the stem height. Stem height is choose for monohybrid cross. For monohybrid cross. So tall, this is tall and this is dwarf. This one is tall and this one is dwarf. So cross is done between tall and dwarf. As we know, they are the diploid parents. As it contains capital T, as it contains small t. So it gives a single t. As we know, when diploid parents reproduce, then they give haploid gamete. So here, out of two capital T's, one capital T come through the gamete, and here small t come through the gamete, and it will be the F1 generation. And the F1 generation shows the character tall. Means here it also called as first generation or filial generation 1. This is also called filial generation 1. So students, during monohybrid cross, Mendel chose the stem height. He take capital T for tall and small t for dwarf. As we know, diploid parent form haploid gamete through meiosis. So they gave half of their gamete and two different gametes fused to form the zygote. And in F1 generation, he saw that tall is expressed. So where the dwarf character go? That's why he again self-cross between the F1 progeny. Self-cross between the F1 progeny. It means the F1 progeny is capital T small t. So he again crossed capital T small t, means F1 progeny is crossed with each other. And after the crossing, it gives capital T, then capital T, small t, and small t. This is called as F2 generation. Here the cross is here self cross. Why this is called self cross? As the cross is taking place between the same characters or the same species of the generation. So here the characters found 1, 2, 3. 3 are morphologically seems to be tall. 3 are morphologically seems to be tall and 1 is dwarf. So he arranged this with the Punnett square. You can see Punnett square. It is called Punnett square as scientist Punnett discovered this or uses this. So he arranged like this: capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Here capital T, this t is multiplied with this and this with this. Again same, this is multiplied with this. And after this he gave the phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio means the character which can be seen from outside or morphologically. So he found to be tall is to dwarf, means how many pair he get tall and how many pair he get dwarf. So he get tall 3 pair and dwarf 1 pair. So the phenotypic ratio of monohybrid cross is 3:1, whereas the genotypic ratio, it means how many capital T and small t are present in the gene. So here if you try to understand, capital T contains only once, capital T, small t is twice, and small t is once. So here the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. It means it is capital T, small t, small t. After monohybrid cross, Mendel gave 2 theories or 2 laws which I have told you. That one is law of dominance. After filial generation 1, when he saw only dominant character is expressed, means tall is expressed, he gave the theory law of dominance. And he said that the trait or the character that expresses itself in the F1 generation is dominant, and the law is called law of dominance. And after self cross, he get the dwarf character and tall characters separately, due to which he gave his second law, that is called law of segregation. And in law of segregation, he found that no parental characters are mixed with each other. Clear? During zygote formation. That's why he explained that during zygote formation, parental characters do not mix with each other. They express themselves separately, and that is called as law of segregation. For today, this is all about your monohybrid cross. We will study more about this topic in our next class.